SEC moving to 9 conference games in 2026. Wow, welcome to episode 371 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel, smash the like button. If you like our content, share the video with your family and friends. John Cook on 3 reports Chris Del Conte, the athletic director of the Texas Longhorns. It looks like all signals are directing us to 2026 when the SEC finally moves to 9 conference football games. 2026, very interesting year in college football. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into it. Chris Del Conte on Texas SEC's move. We're just going home again by Joe Cook, Texas Vice President and Athletic Director Chris Del Conte's annual town hall functions as a State of the Union for Longhorns Intercollegiate Athletics. In discussing Texas Longhorn sports and Texas' future affiliation in the Southeastern Conference, Del Conte himself was in a very animated state. For us to go to the Southeastern Conference, I can't tell you how excited I am, Del Conte said Tuesday night. He added, "We know the anticipation of going into the Southeastern Conference is coming, and we wanted to let everyone know that Texas lives there." In 1903, Texas was the member of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Association, the precursor to the SEC. That was where we were at one time, and we're just going home. Texas has hitched its wagons to 3 different athletic conferences since leaving the SIAA, the SIAA. The Longhorns have been a part of the Texas Intercollegiate Athletic Association and Southwest Conference and the Big 12. After being members of the Big 12 through its several iterations since 1996, the Longhorns will be taking their wagons east to the SEC come July 1st. We're in a place that brands we're going to get to play, who we're going to be a part of. It makes sense, Del Conte said. We're not flying from coast to coast. We're not going up and down. We're in a region that makes sense to us, the South, the teams we get to play. This was visualized on Del Conte's presentation with a map of all the states that have SEC institutions within their boundaries. Some states like Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, members of the Union with 2 SEC schools in them, were split 50-50. Alabama was halved with one part of the Yellowhammer State Crimson for the Tide and the other blue for Auburn. For Mississippi, the top portion was the Rebel Blue, while the lower half was the Bulldog Maroon. Tennessee was split down the middle with the colors of the Commodores and the Volunteers. This led into Del Conte's discussing the football scheduling formula for the SEC, one of the league's hot button issues in recent years. The question has been whether to remain with an 8-game conference schedule or move to a 9-game slate like other major leagues have done. The Longhorns' first season in the SEC will feature an 8-game schedule, and Del Conte alluded to the 2025 being more of the same, 8-game conference football schedule. We have 8-game schedule right now, Del Conte said. We're working on going to a 9-game schedule, but we have a ways to go with that. I would say this year we have an 8-game schedule. The following year we have another 8-game schedule. And here is the PATC money shot of the article. Then we'll look at going into a 9-game conference schedule. One of those 8 games scheduled, the return of the rivalry matchup with Texas A&M. Currently, the Longhorns are scheduled to visit College Station on Saturday, November 30th, but Del Conte wants to restore other traditional aspects of that game. My goal is that we move that game back to Thursday, Del Conte said. there were questions posed to Del Conte about the potential scheduling of other Big 12 schools in football. Privately, no one at Texas appears interested in playing teams like Texas Tech, Baylor, TCU, or Houston anytime soon. Publicly, Del Conte said with how the SEC is figuring out whether 8 games or 9 games is best, and the need for Texas to regularly host 7 home games, the only way he could see a game against the member of Texas, soon-to-be former conference, was the foes of the former conference, was if it was at Texas Memorial Stadium. If they want to come play here at Texas, I'm all in, Del Conte said. I'm not sure yet how we can do a home and home until I know how all that balances it out. So there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas Longhorns Athletic Director Chris Del Conte celebrating that Texas is going into the Southeastern Conference. He's given us a lot of clues what's about to happen. 8-game schedule, of course, this year. 8-game schedule next year, 2025. But it looks like the SEC is going to a 9-game conference football schedule for 2026. The same year, the Great Gold Rush appears, 2026. The expanded playoffs. It looks like the format's going to be 12 teams for now. It could expand to 16 anytime during the current media contract that's about to be finalized here pretty soon. What else is going on in 2026? Could be. It very well could be. 2026 is where all the pieces fall after the ACC implosion. SEC's looking at moving to 9 conference games because, well, the conference is about to expand again for 2026. No longer be a 16-team schedule. They're most definitely going to have to move to 9 games at that point. I think that's part of it. I think that is part of it. And again, remember, there were people who wanted to expand it to 9 conference games here last year, but within the SEC, but the SEC could not get ESPN to pay more money for an expanded conference schedule. 2026, probably a different story, and conference expansion is probably going to be part of that story. At least that's how we believe here at Peek Around the Corner. Let us know in the comments section. Put down your comments and thoughts and let us know what you're thinking here. 9 conference games, football for the SEC. Finally, it looks like it's going to happen in 2026. Holy smokes. More SEC football games. I like it. As a college football lover, I would absolutely love 9 conference games in the SEC. And if that happens, then Big Ten might go to 10 conference games. We shall see. We shall see. Until next time, from all of us at PATC to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.